from. But
What do you mean
we know
black
that they're in
people
Europe.
don't have an evolution story? What are you
We
talking
don't
about?
have that. That's not in our science. That's in
Black
white
people
science.
don't have an evolution story?
No, that's in
What
white
black
science,
people?
bro. All types of other black groups. I've talked to tons of different black groups, bro. I'm not you.
Okay,
There's
what
Papua New
groups?
Guineans. They don't believe in Evan. Papua New Guineans don't believe in evolution story. They just believe they've always existed.
They believe they've
Bougainville
always
people
existed.
believe they've always existed. Africans, there's tons of different ones that believe they people always existed. They don't believe in the evolution shit.
Yeah, is it usually are they is it usually have a religious undertone to it?
No, some of them don't have a
I doubt
religion
it.
at all.
I
They're
doubt it.
agnostic. No, there are tons of Africans that are agnostic, bro. They don't have a religion. They just believe that people have always been there.
Okay. So then they're not interested in science then?
What does science say
Evolution.
about you guys as people? That's you guys' science. That's what I just said.
Well, well,
It literally even
I got news
shows
for
the
you, dude.
depictions,
We're
bro.
all the same. We're all
We're
Homo
not the
sapiens. We're all
same.
human.
We're not all the same, bro. It's not possible. You could look at yourself and look at me and tell we're not the same.
Yeah, it's called
That's the reason why
evolution.
you guys all fuck no. It's not. This is why we have rhythm, can dance, do all types of shit. What did we evolve from? No, that's not possible.
God, you say some
Things
of
that
the
we could
most
do that you guys
racist shit,
don't
dude. I
do.
can't believe
It's
it.
not racist. Y'all came over here and mixed with us so that you guys can be able to do a lot of the shit that we're able to do.
Okay, all right.
It's a fact.
Okay. So what was the point of all? Because I came in the middle of it. So what point are you trying to get across?
About what? When did you come in? What'd you
Uh,
hear?
One, Robert Lee was saying, "Fuck you guys, I'm leaving." Like right there's where I came in, and he was talking
What was
about the
Robert
Ice
E.
Age or something.
Oh yeah, and the brother was talking about the little ice age. That was like the most recent time we had an ice age. That's why we were asking him like, which ice age are you talking about? Because it's multiple different ice ages. It's not just one.
Okay. And so how did it turn into you saying that the Mongoloids are retards and stuff like that? When did it turn into that?
Well, because in older science it tells you that it explains it in etymology and everything, and in the science it also
Okay.
explains that
And so what was the point you were trying to
the
make from
yellow
it?
skinned, straight haired people. That's what the Native Americans are. They're the yellow skinned, straight haired people. They're the same people, exact same people.
Okay.
Genetically,
And,
genetically
okay.
they are.
Okay.
So
So
they're a
then,
mutated, altered group that's not original. Like in science, that's what it's saying. I'm trying to explain.
okay. Okay. That was it then? That like
Yeah, they're not
was there a
original.
reason for the discussion?
So they're not original to America. They're not original. They're not original to America, bro.
They're not
And they
original
come
to
from these.
America?
No.
So it was about okay, so you were talking about who was the first people here? That's what it was about?
Yeah, that's what the whole ice age, all that. That's what that all came from. Yeah. That's why he was saying that. He's like, there's
So it
no
was
possible
black
way
people then.
black people could have been here. Yeah, he was like, there's no possible way black people could have been here because it was cold. It was freezing. It's like, bro, we
Okay.
don't really know about that. We just know about the
Well,
little ice age, and the little ice age
why
wasn't
would
really that
all of
cold.
history say that you're wrong? Like what would the purpose of lying about this be?
History said that, but like we said, you can go into like even 1970s and 1980s when these Pan Africans and even Mexican scientists were looking at stuff. They didn't say that they were Mongoloids. They didn't.
Mongoloids. What did
Yeah,
they
they
say
didn't say they
then?
were Mongol, Negroid, Olmec. They would say that they were
When they were
Negroid.
looking at what, bones?
No, they were just looking at all types of different things, figurines, all of that. They said they were Negroid. Murals,
Okay.
they have all. Bro, you just got to do better research.
Okay. And
We've
so
even
then
shown these
and so
videos
then
on
what that so then that means
most
that
channels.
black people were the original guys in America then? Is that what the whole point of it was?
Yes. Also, he was talking about UV index, and we've tried to show him multiple times. UV index does have a lot to do with, who's gonna be in these locations. Because if the UV index is too high, your ass is gonna burn up. Your skin is like,
Mm.
it literally tells you online. Google tells you. I think what is it? The UV index of 4 or higher. If your skin is pale, you will burn. 4 or higher. So it starts to get
Mm.
dangerous. So most places in America are at like 7, 6, things like that. So everywhere in America, these people need sunscreen. How is this their land with these bone straight hair people in this pale skin, and the UV
Well,
index is
the
high?
Indians weren't pale skins. They were dark brown,
N-
darker
no,
than
they would
me.
need coarse. They would need coarse hair as well, because that's what the UV index
No,
indicates. Yes, yes,
not
yes,
necessarily. No.
yes. Coarse hair is protection as well. You know that, right? That's what the coarse hair is for. That's what it's for.
Yeah, but I don't
You need to
think
learn
that.
science. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
it
I
is. It's
don't
the
think
dark
so.
skin and the coarse hair, which is the protection. Yes, it's not just the dark skin, it's the hair as well. It's a fact. You
Yeah,
can
but
look it
you got
up.
to remember that the or well, the so-called
It's crazy.
Indian, I guess that's what you would say, they are younger than the African. The African would be an older race because they'd be the original.
So if original group was in existence, why would they only be in one location? If they're advanced and all these things, they always were seafarers. Why'd they have to wait? What, they waited for the
Oh,
white
I didn't
man
say
and
that.
then they
I
finally
just said that
traveled?
they're
I
the
know.
original
So I'm
human.
saying exactly. So maybe this is why Ivan Ben Sardoma and Yusef and all these different groups were saying that original Pan Africans were saying that Negroes came here thousands of years ago before anybody else because they were the first people in existence, like you just said.
Uh, no, but that doesn't. I mean, that's not
And oh
necessarily.
no, but not just that. You look into the Olmec, and these structures literally look like Negroes. Every last one of them. Not one of
They
them
look like
doesn't.
it. Doesn't necessarily mean they are though.
If that's the most ancient and oldest culture in America, I would think they would be, because that's the oldest people
Okay,
would
but
be
how? Okay, so
Africans. Didn't you say
how
that?
old would have that? You said oldest culture in America. How far back does
Yeah,
that
that's what
date?
they say.
How
Oh
far?
man,
So
I'm gonna
like
be
what? Like
honest. I
ten
don't
thousand
believe
years
in that.
ago? 20,000
I don't
years?
believe in
thirty
that.
thousand?
I don't believe in that 10, 15,000 with Olmec. They don't have no real dates on it to know when the Olmec was actually here, bro. Nobody really knows. You got
Nobody
to be
know.
honest about that. You can't know. We weren't here. You can't know. It's not possible. That's literally
It's
not
not
possible.
okay.
That's the part of
What
science
do
that's
the
pseudo when they say
experts
10,
say? What do they
15,
hypothesize as the age being?
like you just said. Olmecs, I believe, was what, 5,000, 6,000, something like
Okay.
that.
Okay, so let's say like 10,000 years ago. Okay. All right. Well, the African goes back 300,000 years. By the time that man got to America, they were no longer Africans. I mean, the evolution thing has already taken place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of what they're saying is pseudo. They say, when they say the Olmec got here, right? That's what I said, like 4,000, 5,000 years ago. Or when they were here, 4,000, 5,000 years ago.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
That don't make sense.
Doesn't make well. What? So well. What? Okay. Because if it's what I learned in history class, I just choose to believe it. You're questioning it. So I
Yeah,
would
because you
expect
have
you'll
to look
probably
at,
know more details about it than me because I never questioned it. What is it they actually say that makes it not believable?
you got to look into the pyramids. Look into all the
The
architecture.
pyramids?
Everything is here.
Okay.
The ruins. Yeah, the ruins that are here and compared to other places that they're saying is ancient that don't have that. Like, they didn't have any of the things that you find in America. And it's the
Wait,
most abundant land when it comes to like agriculture and things like that. So why would people not be in this land but be everywhere else? That doesn't make sense. And then
wait,
why
you
would they be
lost
in
me. So
Africa? in a land that's very desolate, that doesn't have anything, and they just there, just with no civilization, because there's nothing there. There's no ruins there. There's no proof of civilization in Africa, bro. None. The most they got is that fucking Mali Timbuktu shit that's
Well,
made out of a bunch of dirt.
the proof that we have that there were,
Oh, in Egypt.
that they were in Africa are the fossils of the actual people.
That, bruh, that's pseudo, bro.
How is that pseudo? Because look,
Yes, bro. You
the
can't.
oldest human fossils date back around 300,000 years ago, and they come out of Africa. What this proves is that 300,000 years ago, humans were in Africa. That's all it proves, that humans were there. The oldest human fossils in America go back to like 20,000 years ago.
How
So
do
that
they
proves
date any of it?
20,000
How
years ago, humans were
how
in America.
how how are they dating these bones?
I don't know.
Exactly. It doesn't even make sense, bro. Once you go look
How,
into
but
how
why?
they're
Why doesn't
dating
it
it,
make
it doesn't
sense?
make sense because you can't figure out a date from something when you weren't here. How are you
Well,
analyzing
yeah,
it?
I can't do
From
it,
what?
but experts do.
They can't. No, they can't. It doesn't. Your bones don't have rings in them like a tree, bro. There's no way
That's
to
not how
like
they date
figure
them,
out.
though.
I just there. What other way is there? You can't dig
You
up
know what
some
a
bones and say
fossil
they're
is, right?
this age. Yes.
Okay, fossils aren't bones.
When they find actual bones, though,
Bones
they
won't
find
last that
actual
long.
bones.
Bones won't last that long.
So what are they finding of the people
Fossils.
that's still a bone?
No, no, dude, fossils are rocks. Fossils aren't bones, they're rocks.
So they're finding rocks of people.
You- Dude, did you know what a fossil is, right?
They're finding rocks of people.
But do you know what a fossil is?
They're finding rocks of people.
No, that's not. Do you know what a fossil is?
Are they finding rocks of people, Lubis?
They're finding
You
fossils
said they're
of people.
finding fossils.
They're finding
You just said it's a
fossils of
rock.
people.
You said it's a rock. So they're finding, bro. What the fuck? They're finding bones of people, bro. That's what they're
They're not
claiming.
finding actual. Oh my god. See, okay, you're fucking around, dude. You're fucking around. Come on. This is stupid. I mean, if you're questioning it, I would expect you to be more knowledgeable about it than me. And apparently, you don't even
Yeah,
know what a
you too,
fossil
because
is, dude.
you're saying they finding rocks of people.
Okay, what's a fossil?
What you just said. If you're saying it's a rock, like how are they finding DNA from that?
They're not.
How are they
You
extracting
don't
DNA
get
from it?
DNA from fossils.
Okay, so how do they figure out these people's race when they find,
They
like
they
I've been
don't.
saying,
They don't figure out the race. They
is
figure out that there's
oh my
people,
god,
not their race, though.
oh my god. Oh, so how are they figuring out that these people were here all this time when you in you guys' science?
That what people were here.
Like Lucia and yeah. So what they find of
Lu-
Lucia?
Lu- Lucy. You mean the little ape-like creature, Lucy? Is that what you're talking about?
No, Lucia that was in America.
Oh yeah, I remember you talk. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that Luzia thing. It was something in Brazil or something like that, right? I agree with
So,
you.
so how are they figuring out these people were here? And they're saying that we have it from these bones and from this fossil, and they can't. This is what
Okay.
I'm. That's
Well,
what I said. That's what I try to
the
explain.
way they figure out that these
That's
people
what I
were
said.
here is because they found the fossil here. That's how they know they were here. They found the fossil here. There was a person here.
But how are they identifying what race it is?
That I
They
don't
try
know.
to identify
I don't know how they
exactly. That's
identify the
what I'm
race.
saying. That's pseudo. That's pseudo. That's my point. That's pseudo.
What part is pseudo?
How are they doing it?
Well, as far as I know, they don't identify the race. They don't do that.
Yes, they do. They do try to say we believe we found this type of remains or these type of remains. Yes, they do. Go
Okay,
read it. Yes, they
and
do.
they say, oh, these fossils were of a Chinese dude. Is that what they say? Or do they say
Bro,
this fossil
go
was of a
read.
human?
Go read what it says. They do have theories of what these groups are, bro. Go read what it
Okay.
says, bro. Go
Okay,
read
well,
what
why
it
don't you
says.
just tell me?
You got to read for yourself.
All right.
Why do you think Native Americans always say that? Why do you think they always say we have the bones and we have this and we, bro? Because they're saying that they're mongoloids, bro. In recent time, they're saying that all
What
that
is it
they're
Native
finding is
Americans are
connected.
always saying?
That all of the everything that they're finding here, it doesn't connect to us. That it connects to mongoloids because the Europeans, what are they doing?
So,
They're saying
okay,
that everything that they're
okay,
finding is
Native
connected to
Americans are saying
mongoloids.
everything you find here. What things that you find here? What are you talking
I
about?
explained already.
Artifacts.
Artifacts.
Artifacts and everything,
Okay,
bro.
so Native Americans are always saying, yeah, these things are ours. They're not the African guy. Is that what they're saying?
Yes, correct. And they're saying that they have it, but based off the fossils and artifacts, and they really use the bones a lot, though. They use that a lot. But
But
how?
why would that
That's what I.
question
That's
even
what
be?
we
Why would
said.
that question even be
How
coming
are
up
they doing?
though?
This is what they're saying because we're explaining to them who we are and showing them our genealogy. Not really showing them our genealogy, but explaining that we have our genealogy. We know who we are. So then they're coming like, no, you guys aren't these people. That's where it's
Yeah.
all
Okay.
coming up
Yeah.
from.
Where is this taking place? Because I've never heard this argument being a thing. Where is this take? If you're talking on
Bro, you know
YouTube,
damn well that
come
shit
on,
be,
bro.
bro.
If you're just talking on YouTube, it's like, come on, let's freaking be serious here.
Now,
Like, if you're
yeah,
YouTube,
talking about like
you right,
TikTok.
you right.
academically,
Now he's right. Louis
this
is
isn't
right
even
though. That shit don't be
discussed.
in real life. He right. It don't happen in real life because a motherfucker never try to tell you who you are in real life. They don't. Like when you once you tell a person who you are in real life, they don't even question it. That's how you should know all this online shit just be motherfuckers in their feelings, mad, going through crazy shit. Because why is you trying to tell a nigga they lineage? That's crazy. You should be having a conversation trying to figure out whatever it is that they telling you. That's it. But don't try to tell them what they are because they know what they are. Especially if they saying, "Hey, my grandma told me." The nigga by grandma said, "Yeah, grandma should tell you because she was the one that dealt with a lot of
Uh,
the shit.
they
She
be
knew what
saying
was
we,
going
Yeah. So you're
on.
still
She
talking
was
about
like,
like YouTube stuff then, right?
yeah, they be saying we
yeah,
trying to
dude,
steal their heritage and shit like that.
Yeah,
yeah."
that's on
And I don't
YouTube.
claim to be a
Like
native.
in the
I don't claim to be a
academic
Native
world,
American.
this isn't even a conversation that takes place.
Now it's starting to be. That's not true. It's starting to be
No, it's
now.
not, dude. No, it's not, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I
bruh.
hate to
It's
break it to
literally,
you. But in the academic world, okay, just like how you say evolution is a
bro. They're talking
pseudo
about
thing,
FBA.
okay, maybe on YouTube, in the academic world, it's not even a conversation. It's like, no, yeah,
Yeah,
like
they don't talk
they
about
know it's
evolution.
real.
They don't talk about evolution like that. Not no more. It'd be a lot of
Who?
shit that's not talked about no more. And in media and shit, don't nobody talk about evolution. In
Yeah,
school,
yeah,
don't nobody talk
yeah.
about that shit.
Because it's not an argument anymore.
What
Like
about the
pointless
I
outer
think
shit.
you're still
African
talking about
theory?
YouTube stuff, you
Yeah, they
know?
don't talk about that either. I got little
What about
cousins and
the
shit.
outer
I asked them
African
about that.
theory? That shit is up for debate. The outer African
They
What?
theory.
stopped teaching them that
The outer African theory. That shit is up for debate.
heavily
No.
for debate.
Really?
Yes,
Well, what's the alternative theory, or what's the
bro. There's
opposing
more.
theory?
Did
Hey,
he not know,
Anubis, I actually, there was this Asian guy, he reported, I mean, his theory was that people came from Asia.
Well, okay,
and
well,
that
Have
you
would
you
know
heard
make
of
what?
more
that
sense
before?
than
I'm like, what the
Oh,
heck?
okay, no,
No, I ain't
okay,
rolling with
okay.
that,
So
bro.
the out of Africa theory, There have been other theories in the past. The out of Europe theory, the out of Asia theory, but
You
the
want
out
to
of
know why?
Africa theory is the one that has a
A little bit.
won because of
No,
the evidence.
no. Guess what? Guess what? They all exist. Niggas was in all these locations, bro. Niggas was just in all these locations, bro.
So then, what is the out of Asia theory? Well, what was it that they were teaching?
I believe that
I'm
he
going
was
to
saying
guess
that
that the
it was like
human
in,
race originates from Asia, something along those
yeah,
lines,
that's what he was
right?
saying. Yeah.
Okay. And then the out of Europe theory would have probably been something along the lines of the human race originates out of Europe. The out of Africa theory is the human race originates out of Africa. So,
Don't
what
don't they
evidence
say
do we have of this? The oldest human
none of it?
fossils are in Africa.
No,
But
Everywhere
that
else around the
yo.
world, they do
and how
not
do
go
they
back
know
that
it's the
old.
oldest fossil? How do they know it's
Thank
the
you,
oldest
Calvin.
remains if they haven't discovered everything? Like that's my
Exactly.
thing.
Thank you.
They're talking about Lucy. They're
That's
talking about
another thing,
Lucy, bro.
exactly.
Lucy is the
Yeah,
only.
Lucy wasn't a human, though. Lucy wasn't a Homo sapien.
When they try to
Wait,
say
and if
we,
they're gonna
they try to say we go back
go
to
ahead.
Lucy though. They try to
Hey,
say
look,
that's where we
and
come
guess
from.
what? Do y'all also know that if science works like this? If they're placing Africa as being this old ancient civilization and is the oldest and it's hundreds of thousands of years old, they're gonna place every single thing that's ancient there. They're gonna place it there in their
No,
science. That's just what they're gonna do. Yes,
no,
yes, yes,
because
yes. And
all
then
it
they're gonna
says
date
is
everything
that
else
that's where the
outside of that,
human race comes from.
bro.
How
Exactly.
technologically advanced do you think humans
So
were
every
at the
single time they
beginning?
find something, they're gonna say that it's
Okay, ignore everything
way
I said.
older than what
Okay.
it is, bro. You not
And
hearing
they
what I said, bro?
and they try to say we walked. So humans walk from Africa all around the world. Yo, that's
That's
crazy, son.
crazy.
Yeah,
That is
over
just crazy, bro.
300,000 years ago, when planet Earth was a very different place.
Bro, that does not make sense, bro. They did not walk from
Bro,
Africa.
you can't even walk fucking 8 miles, bro. You can't walk
Exactly.
9, 10 miles, bro. Not
What
some
makes you
people
think I
can,
can't
but I
walk 10? I can,
not,
dude, I can run 10 miles. Come on, bro. What the fuck?
I'm just saying, bro. They didn't walk
okay.
around the world and populate the
You
world like
can't walk 50 miles, bro. I can't walk
I
fucking
could
50
I
miles,
can walk
bro.
50
Nobody's
miles. I
walking
can
50.
walk 50 miles.
Nobody's walking 50. Fuck no, nigga. Nobody walking 50 miles, bro. You're gonna be fucking exhausted after those 50 miles, bro. And realize
Yeah,
that
of course I'm going to be
towns are
exhausted.
way longer than 50.
Okay.
Like, bro, come on.
Okay,
yo,
yeah.
you see,
How
Come
yo,
much,
you
on.
see
dude?
when I,
Dude, you think they
yeah,
did it all in one move? You think there was a guy in Africa said, "Let's go to America. Let's start, not stop till we get there." What the
it
fuck are
never
you
happened,
talking
bro.
about, dude?
That's what they're
It
trying to
never
say happened,
happened,
bro.
bro. That's
That's
insane.
what they're trying to say happened.
It's
It
insane,
happened.
bro.
So one group walked 10 miles, settled there. Then another group, that somebody from that group walked another 10 miles and settled there. Then one person from that group walked 10 miles and settled there, all the way till they got
Hmm.
It's
to
crazy.
America.
Right. Like why do they keep moving? Like
That shit is
Well,
crazy.
Some
because
people
that's,
didn't. Some
Why
people
would they?
stayed
migration.
still.
Why?
Why'd we keep
Why
moving?
migrate? You might as well just
Probably
stay
we were
there.
following the animals because we would hunt them to eat.
Ooh, we did
Probably
agriculture.
escaping
We know
bad
we did
weather
agriculture.
to get to better weather.
That means that at least one person out of
Overpopulated in one area, expanding out so they're more
We
fertile
know how to
grounds.
farm. You think we're
all the way
nomads,
to
bro? We're not
America, though,
nomads,
bro.
bro.
All the way to America. That means one
Over
person
Mm-hmm.
out of
300,000
every.
years. You have any idea how long that is, bro? That's a long time.
Bro,
300,000 years. That's a long ass time, dude.
bro, you know how many catastrophic events happened between that right now and 300,000 years ago?
A lot. That's why it's amazing that we exist. You
Exactly.
should look into it. The story of how humans exist is fucking amazing, dude.
The earth was divided. A lot of stuff went down, bro. Nobody walked
You're
from here
right.
to Africa, bro, and they spread like that.
You're right. A lot of things went freaking Neanderthals. They don't exist anymore, man. They didn't make it. You know? It's an
Exactly.
amazing
Neanderthals
story.
do exist. You know what Neander means? Neander means
Oh
new
my
man.
God!
Thal
All right,
means
what does
valley.
Neander
It's
mean?
a
What
fact.
does Neander mean?
Neander means new man. You can look it up.
Okay,
Neander
so
means
that
new
means that
man.
Hey,
Neanderthals
Thal
exist.
Thal means valley. So new man of the valley. Who would be the new man?
Oh, so okay, so Neanderthals exist then?
Yes, the white man
Yeah, I
be the
thought some
newest man.
races
They sure
Okay,
actually
as
have
so
hell.
like one. Some
okay,
races
because
have
Yes,
1%
okay,
Neanderthal.
because I'm aware
they say that they have one,
of
but
only
they
Homo
are the
sapiens
Neanderthal. Neanderthal's not
existing.
a real like a real thing like that. It just means new man. And if it means new
Ne-
man, they are the newest man. I'm saying it makes sense. In science, they're trying to add all this
that
extra
makes
shit to it.
zero sense, dude.
That makes a
That
lot of
makes
sense, bro. It's evolution.
zero
They're telling
sense.
you that they are the newest people, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Evolution
How it
does
don't
not
make
say
sense?
that. You are lying.
Yes, it does.
Your evolution does not
How does
say
white
that.
people? Well, how do white people exist? How did out of Africa? How do
Evolution.
you have all these
And they
black?
have nothing to do with Neanderthals.
How it has nothing to do
Evolution.
with Neanderthals? How do they have Neanderthal blood?
Neanderthals do not exist. Neanderthals
How do white people
are
have
not
Neanderthal
Homo
blood?
sapiens. They were a different species, and they no longer
Like you
exist. They
said,
went extinct.
how do they have Neanderthal blood though? How do they have the percentages of Neanderthal blood?
Europeans.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
is
Europeans and
theorized
Asians too.
that
It's Europeans and Asians.
there could have been some interbreeding
that they
between them.
make.
It's theorized
It was
that we
area.
were close enough
That's what they come from, bro.
genetically to where
And their blood
crossbreeding
is
could
mixed
have
out enough to
existed. That's
where
what they
it's not showing up as
theorize.
much.
Yeah, they
No,
think
it's
that
just not showing up as much.
they think that one species at some point connected at a certain region, and they interbreeded. That's what they believe.
Oh, it's probably them hypotrichosis niggas. Them one motherfuckers with that shit all on their skin. They mix that shit all the way out. That's why you don't find a lot of them. I
Bro,
mean, you
another
can
thing that's
actually
up for
see it
debate
showing
right
up.
now, that's really up for
Hypotrichosis
debate
N-words.
in the historical realm is the slave trade, brother. That shit is up for debate. How many
Heavily.
people came to North America? How many black people actually came to North America in the slave trade? That is up for debate. Because they've been lying for
Or just
years. Talking about
what
12
about the
million,
Atlantic
10 million.
liner? The fact that the Atlantic liner is a bunch of pale skinned people. Each time you look at Atlantic liner, it's crazy. And then it literally you look it up, it says transatlantic. Like shit, crazy. That
Pale
shit
skin.
they
What
story.
do you specifically? What are you talking about when you say pale
White
skin?
people. White people.
Okay, what's like a general? Are you talking about French? Are you talking about Russian?
European. European. It was
Europe?
all on
Okay,
one boat. I don't know,
European.
cause
You
Russian,
Ellis
wouldn't consider
Island,
them to be
bruh.
more of a Latin
Them
race, the
Ellis
they,
European?
they
Island,
have
bruh.
black French people. They have black Germans. They have black.
Yeah, Ellis Island, bruh. It was
black
different groups all on one boat. They wasn't all from one location. It literally shows you in the records, various locations.
What
That's
are
why
you talking
my
about
account.
now? The pale skin
Ellis
people? Is that
Island.
what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
What about them
On the boats, like I said, when you see
on the boat?
motherfuckers
What?
packed
Okay,
like
what
sardines,
boats?
okay, there's pictures online. Like you look
ships.
up Atlantic liner, yeah, the ships. That's what I meant, the ships. You
Okay,
find the ship, you find the pictures, you find these people packed like sardines. That's their story. They're literally going across the transatlantic. It literally tells you at the bottom, it's Atlantic liner,
okay.
transatlantic. They were the ones coming from fucking servitude and shit. Like it's a fact. It's in their history.
Whose history?
European.
Hellskin, Barbary slave
Pale
trade,
skins.
white, yes,
White tees. White tees.
Barbary
Okay.
slave trade. You never heard the Barbary slave trade,
I heard it
Never
from
heard.
you guys.
bro? You gotta look into that shit. It's real, very real. It has a lot of documentation to back it.
When they captured
They
Really?
don't
Christians.
deny it. Yeah, they don't deny that shit. Irish people will
And
tell
what does
you
it
white
teach?
people were
Can you give me a
enslaved.
synopsis of
I
what the
wait, but
barber slave
hold
trade
on.
was?
Why do
White people were
Irish people
slaves.
will tell you they people were slaves, bro? Irish people will tell you their people are slaves. Why is that?
White people were slaves, brother.
Well,
Slav.
yeah, yeah. The human race has a history of enslaving people. The
Well,
human
no,
race
no, no,
has a history of
no,
this.
no.
No,
Didn't happen like that. No.
the the okay. The human race does
We
not
wasn't
have a
even no slaves,
history
bro.
of enslaving other people.
We wasn't
Yeah, that's
slaves, bro.
true. That's true.
The Manila Galleon, these was Moors who enslaved these people. The damn Barbary
Okay,
slave
well
trade,
then
these
there's
was
one.
Moors who enslaved these people.
There's one. You
I'm
just said
saying
Moors.
each
There's
time you
another.
have
You
niggas,
just said
bro.
the
No,
Irish
both
people.
times.
There's a third.
Both times. No, they weren't slaves. Moors weren't the slaves. They were the ones enslaving. They were the ones
Okay,
who had the captive.
so slavery was happening then.
It was
Yeah,
Moors
nah,
doing this
you're right
shit for
about that.
years. Yeah,
Yes.
Moors.
Okay, so
Moors
Slave,
was enslaving people.
humans have a
No,
history of
not humans.
enslaving other
Moors,
humans.
Moors, Moors
Are
have a
Moors not
fucking
are
history of
Moors
doing
not
that
human?
shit.
Are
They
Moors not?
humans, but them
What are
motherfuckers was
Moors?
fucked up. They fucked up people. They fucked up individuals. They're the
Are they
ones who fucked
humans?
up all this shit.
Are they
Yes,
human?
yes, they people. They're people. Yes, they're people.
Okay. Did they enslave other humans?
Yes, they enslave people. Yes.
There you go. Fucking shit, man.
yo,
So his debate ain't even shit on who started it. None of that. He just saying it happened.
they do be
I mean,
debating
it
the
did
slave
happen.
trade though, son. They do though, right?
Yeah, it is debated because they don't
I'm
know the
at,
numbers and all that shit.
I'm asking you, yo. You ever heard that? That they've been
What?
getting the
Louis,
numbers messed up? That the numbers is getting smaller and smaller? How many people actually came over here to North
I
America?
noticed that. They say that
I
again. The
would
numbers are getting
I would
smaller and
agree with that
smaller.
that the numbers may not be accurate. You know that there's like questions about the numbers, but
It sounds like
the fact that it
200,000
happened,
now.
I think, is without question.
No, but over the past 20 years, why did the numbers go down over the past 20 years? 20 years
Better
ago when I was
research?
younger, no, 20 years ago when I was younger,
No?
that
Then
12
what would it
million,
be?
listen,
That
listen to what I'm
okay?
saying real
I
quick. Let me
said
just say
the
this.
reason the numbers could have gone down is better research, and you said no. Then why have the numbers gone down?
Because they
Because more
lying.
and more people are starting to, yeah, crack the case to see that this shit's fake. Because you had all these people, you
So
said all these millions of
so
people, hold
more and
on, you
more
said all these
people are
millions of people,
cracking the case to see that it's fake. So in other words,
yes,
more people were researching it and finding out these numbers aren't right.
yes,
Yes, it's not
correct.
making sense no more.
That's
Fast
what I
though, but
just
it was
fucking said. God damn
okay,
it.
yeah. But I'm thinking you're saying their research. My bad. It's really all. It was really the individual research of people. And when you
Yeah,
got multiple people saying, "Hey, hold on, what are you doing? What are you doing?" They got to come out and say, "Okay, we got to change this up." They do it all the time. This is the reason why.
You're right.
Who was that?
the
Who was
difference,
that?
the difference with this,
Ohio Ray. That's why black changed. That's how we became black and African American. It's a fact because Jesse Jackson said we're gonna start being called this. What did we do? We pushed it. Once you start pushing shit so much, shit do start to change. So that's what happened, and that's why they started changing numbers more and more. You got all these people saying, "Hold on, my people don't come from this. My people don't come from this. I know my people don't come from this." And then they got to change the numbers up. They got to say, oh, we only got 389,000 of people that made it. 389,000, but you got 50 million Negroes today?
when people started
How?
looking at their genealogy and nobody could find an African and nobody could find their ancestor that came from Africa over here, nobody could find an ancestor that came from
Yep,
Africa, bro. Like, a
at
lot of
all.
people cannot find the African in their genealogy, brother. A lot of people
Well,
say,
you know,
where's this
if
African at?
that story is true, if that story is true, what makes you think they would keep those types of records? If these were
No, but
slaves that were being
no,
brought,
but this is
prisoners,
the thing.
you think
This is how
you
we
think
know.
the
Records
white
No,
slaves.
man would have kept
no,
records of
this is
this?
no, but this is how we know it's
Yes.
not true because we're going into our genealogy and it's far enough back, further than 1865, to where your people ain't enslaved at all, and they're here in America,
Exactly.
getting
And
married and
You
all
can
types of shit.
actually go back to
and
the 1800s.
they they do have
Okay, I've
records
Yeah,
never
of
done genealogy. What is it that's found out when you do that?
they have records of
Like, what
ships.
information
They
do
have
you get from
records.
doing that?
They have records
your
of
record.
going from state to state as a slave. They have records of you being of slaves being purchased and slaves being sold. They got all types of records of genealogy, bro.
Look, hold
And
on,
so,
look,
how is it
look,
that this? Because I've never done the
Dolly,
process.
put the
So,
avatar,
what do they go by
put
your
my avatar
name
on the
and they just start going
phone.
backwards or something, or what?
Look real quick. I'll show
Yeah,
you. I'll show you what it is. Look, if put my avatar on the front, I'll show you an outline of genealogy.
You mean like how we make
Yeah,
a
how the
tree?
heck you do that?
Yeah, like how? Like,
Oh,
See,
I
okay, I
mean,
got
they
it.
don't like take a blood
look,
sample or something
look,
like that,
look,
right?
look, look,
No,
look, look,
we go
look,
straight.
look,
We do
look,
straight
look. I'm
records.
showing them right
I'm
now.
looking.
I'm showing them right
I'm
now. Look,
looking.
Samson Maxwell. This is my four-time great grandfather. Four-time great grandfather. He's from the 1800s, early 1800s. Owned hella shit, all
Okay.
types of stuff. He was a nigga, Negro. Even had servants, and we have his documents of his servants, indentured servant records, bro. Like, come on now. Fuck
Okay.
no. This
Get
is the
I mean,
family
that
that
isn't
my
real. I
family's
mean, I
tied.
see.
No,
I
this
see
family, this Maxwell
three
family,
words. That's all I can see. So I don't know
yeah,
what I'm
but
supposed to
it's
get
a
from this.
whole because it's a whole family. I'm just showing it's a small outline of that. That's just a small detail, and that just showed that that's from his earliest all the way down to his descendants.
basically
And
we
I even
And
start.
have
and
his father. I even have
Basically we
his
start.
father and his grandfather and great grandfather. But that's
Basically
just
we
the
start
outline of
with
his
our.
basic, the basic.
Basically we start with our mother and our father. Then we find our mother's mother and father. Then we find our father's mother and father, and then
okay.
you just keep going, and
So it does go
Hmm.
by name then. Okay.
yeah, we go
Yep.
So it
by
would be
name.
like okay, like what, like your parents, who were their parents,
Hmm.
and then okay,
Yeah,
who were their parents married? Okay, it
and then
goes
you
back
got
like that.
the census. The census, like for instance, my mother's mother will have the census and have all her brothers and sisters on there.
Hmm.
All their ages and everything like that. Her age, occupation. All right.
Race
Nobody's listed ever as an African ever.
at
You
all.
know what I'm saying? So then you put all the brothers and sisters, your uncles and your aunties. All of them is on there. You know what I mean? Like you click you click your grandmother and all the kids. You got all the kids and their information also. You know what I'm saying? Then you just keep
Everything.
going.
Have you guys ever filled out one of those census?
Filled out a
No,
census? Not in a
The,
long
the,
time.
the
Yeah, they
census
come to
that you
your
guys have you
door.
guys ever filled one out?
Yeah,
never
they
in
come to
life.
your door.
Yeah, like years
I
ago.
don't
That's the
even
last
answer.
time I seen one. A long time ago.
I think I filled one out. I think when I was maybe 10 years old.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like
don't
I've
like that
never
years
shit.
ever
ago.
even seen another
I've
census.
never liked
They're
them, bro.
supposed to
Like
come
it's
every 10
crazy.
years.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
seen
crazy.
one
Part
in
of
years.
me even knowing about that shit and digging deep into it, I did never wanted like I'm like, I'm not signing no shit and telling nobody nothing. I'm like, I'm not answering this
I
shit.
remember
I
my
Yeah,
treat them
friend.
motherfuckers
how
My
like
many other
Jehovah
people you
Witness.
think felt the same way and said, "Fuck this"? Like, you
Everybody,
really
bro.
think
A
a
lot of
census is
people.
going to give you this
It's weird.
accurate type
Got
of
these no.
information you're looking for?
Hell
Right,
nah.
because you don't
Hell
know
nah.
what
They
they're
coming
gonna
to your
do with
door.
those
Yep.
censuses. They could start
Hmm.
making
That's
I mean,
different
I
type of
I always
checks.
thought what a census did, because you guys will talk about the census and you start using it to make different conclusions. I thought a census, the purpose of it, I always thought was to
the
get
numerate.
an understanding of how many people are in a location,
Yes, the numbers.
male, female, age range,
Numeration.
nationality. I thought
Yeah.
that was the purpose of a
The numbers.
census.
But
Well,
what
But
they
you
got
Yeah.
the
guys use
We
it to
know
like say like,
though.
oh, this proves that I'm this, and it's like I don't think that's what a
no.
census is for.
they got the slave schedule too. It has the
It
slave
do.
owner and how many slaves you got, and it shows each slave's
That's the
sex,
specific
age,
portion. Yeah.
and race. Each
Yeah,
slave.
and
So
it's be
say
white.
I'm a slave owner. I gotta put I'll put the number of all the slaves I got. Like I got one slave, my second slave, my third slave, my fourth slave, and they got their age, their race, and their color.
Or and what
Yeah,
about the
see,
cut?
so
They
so
also
that's
got a
just to get
document.
it
They also
like
got a
an
document
idea
that
of
says
the
slaves,
population. I think.
and then it says free colors. It says slaves, and then it says free colors. Like the actual colors aren't listed as the slave. The slave is listed by itself, and it says free colored slaves, and it says free whites, and it says like so.
Yes.
I'm
Also, in
like,
a census,
bruh.
it tell you if you're free colored too. It says free
Mm-hmm.
colored
And
or
it had on the
free white.
and what was listed, and if you look at the list and then go look at the actual like people, it's hella free Negroes And then you got these slaves, and you go look, and then it's white people that's literally as slaves. You can literally see the documents when you go look at
No,
it.
there's got to be something wrong there because then you're saying
No,
all of you. Because then you're saying that the entire education system
these
in the
motherfuckers
United
came
States
as
has been
slaves.
lying to us.
That's the
How is that
truth,
Yes,
brother.
possible?
They've been lying
Why would
to us
they do that?
it's
What would the
history.
because
purpose
Why
of it
wouldn't
be?
because
to
bro,
help themselves?
there was a part of history called white supremacy, brother, and that's when they started changing up
Reconstruction
everything.
too.
You know how many European
Reconstruction.
royalties was black people, bro, and they all got a picture of a white person. If you look them up
You can
right
go to
now,
Europe
I
and
don't think
find
there
this
was
shit.
black royalty though
there
in
was
Europe.
You
so
can go to
many
Europe.
black royalty. We got primary sources of this, brother. Primary
You're talking
Yeah,
about
sources.
African?
With no, not African, black Europeans.
they're just black.
That they're just
Yeah. Well, where do you
Europeans, but
think
they're
black
black.
Europeans come from?
They don't come from
They're of
Africa,
African
brother.
descent.
No, they're not from African descent. All black people is
Not
not from
African, bro.
Africa, brother.
You gotta stop thinking that.
Oh, all black people is not from Africa, brother.
Even if you believe in the out of Africa shit, bro, the out of Africa shit's thousands and thousands and
There was
thousands of years.
black European indigenous in
Yep.
Europe.
Yeah,
And
what did they tell you? Cheddarman is the first person of Europe. He's black, bro. That right there, like, come on, bro. Y'all believe
all
in
of
the
the
science.
stewards,
They say Cheddarman
you
is
heard,
black.
you heard of the stewards and the tutors? All of them were black. That is a fact. 100%. They got books. Like for instance, they got a book called the 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 memoirs of Stephen McKay. He was a Secret Service member that went to investigate members of of royalty, and he described all the tutors that he saw black, all types of people that's in royal government as black people, brown complexion, tall, short, brown complexion. He's giving their true descriptions, facts.
But why would they have strong theories of Cheddarman being the first European and he's a nigga or
And
he's black?
if
I'm
you look
still
up,
trying to figure out how much of this is you guys just fucking around or how much of
It's
it is
Cheddarman,
you
bro.
actually
This
being serious.
brother, there are
bro, Cheddarman,
primary
bro. Like,
sources which describe
No, I mean
black
the whole thing
royalty
about you
in
hating
Europe.
this whole idea of Africa. I'm trying to figure out how much of
nah,
it is you
nobody hates
fucking around and how
Africa.
much of it is you actually believing it.
Bro,
Nobody hates Africa. We just know it's bigger than Africa, bro.
Slow
Africa is
down, bro.
minuscule,
I'm
bro.
not gonna be lost.
Everything
Africa is
coming out of your
minuscule.
mouth is fuck them. I have nothing to do with them. It's like, God damn,
Someone
dude.
dislike Africa.
Nah, I don't say fuck
We are
Africans,
not
bro.
trying to be
Dude,
removed,
that is literally, dude, that's what I
bro.
get from it.
We are not trying to remove
Nah, I don't
our
feel like that with
race
Africa.
from our
Dude,
homeland,
everything I get from you guys
America,
is literally, what
and
I get
place
from you guys is
ourselves in
fuck
Africa.
Africa. I'm not them. I'm no
Nah,
fucking slave. And it's like,
We don't have
what the
nothing to do with
fuck,
them.
dude?
We don't
That
look like
is
them. We don't
that is
have
what I get from you guys. It's like, damn, dude.
no
we ain't got
culture.
nothing to do with that land, but
We don't look
There you
like them.
go.
We don't
Fucking, it's
live
like, god
there.
damn, man.
Our mind is not going there. Like we're not gonna
fuck
place
no.
ourselves in Africa, brother. A black
But
person
salute to
is
them
not.
for being them.
Yeah, they could be them, but they
That's
not
how
us.
we feel.
Hey, I
Yeah,
know
that's how we
sarcasm
feel.
when I
Salute
hear
to
it,
them for
bro.
being them.
I know sarcasm
Nah,
when I hear
nah,
it,
nah. That's
okay?
not sarcasm, bro.
Salute to them.
I
Yeah, that salute to
I
them
legitimately,
sounded like fuck you,
I
fucking
legitimately.
Africans. That's what it sounded
Nah,
like. That salute to them sounded like that,
nah. You
bro,
want me to be
coming out of your
African,
mouth.
bro?
That's what it
I
sounded like,
can't be
man.
there, bro.
Fuck, dude.
That's disrespectful too to try to claim something that I know I ain't. They would be like, bro, how you say you Burkina Faso? How you say you Guinean? How you say you Nigerian? What do you know about our culture? I'm
Trust me.
like, shit, I don't
And
know.
there's groups of us that
Oh
still
yeah, well, no one says you're
Africanized like
African.
that,
That's the other thing. Nobody says you're African.
but they try to make everybody that's has brown skin and black skin from Africa, brother. We don't even look like them. We don't have no
They even say
African culture.
Australians come from Africa.
Bro, you look like them.
We don't
No,
look
we
like
don't.
them, brother.
I'm looking at you right
God,
now. You look like them. You don't look like a white
no,
dude. You
we
don't look
look
like a
Do
Chinese
all
guy.
do
we look
Australians look
completely
African?
different from them,
No,
brother.
they actually look different. The
Australians look
Aboriginals from
different,
Australia do look different.
but my mom looks Australian, bro. She look like those
We look
people, bro.
completely different from
Well, was
Africa.
your mom an Australian or was she an Aboriginal?
No, she's black American, but she looks like them. She literally looks a lot like those people.
She
My
looks like an
grandpa too.
Aboriginal?
Yes, the
Hmm.
Torres Strait Islanders, bro. They
Or
got
from the
statues of them and shit. I'm like, God damn, that look just like my mom. Like
yeah, they all
almost identical.
it's like they got different versions of the same face. Like
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
They got
they
different.
are an
Yeah.
ancient race too. The Aboriginal is. I mean,
They
but
look different
I mean,
too. They all look
it's no
hella
question they
different. They got
originate. I
different
mean,
looks.
everyone would agree they originate from Africa, but
they be
in
trying to
Mm-mm.
say they
Australia, they were
they
Mm-mm.
don't
secluded
come from
for so
Africa
long.
either, brother. They be trying to say they come from
Fuck
Africa.
no.
Africa
They'll tell you that they don't come from Africa. They'll tell you that they
Who,
people
the
are
Aboriginals?
ancient people.
yeah, they
Yes.
don't come from Africa either,
Yeah.
They
man.
don't
They
like that shit, bro. They say the Atta. They try to say the Atta come from Africa. Atta say they didn't come from Africa. Sakai, they try to say they come from Africa. All the Southeast Asian people, they try to say that they come from Africa, bro.
they
They
do
tell you
is
that they don't.
anybody with dark skin, they try to add some type of way that we travel from Africa to that place, bro.
Yep.
And that is incorrect, brother.
Bro,
Okay.
and how you got all these billions of niggas already there, bro, and you saying that people can damn, how many people was there? That's too many people on this one continent.
So black
Seriously,
people
you gotta
walk
think
to
about that.
Australia?
Australia. They walk to
No, in
In
Australia from
Africa.
Australia?
Africa.
In
In Africa?
Africa. That'd have been way too many people on that continent. Way too many people.
R-
Everybody's in Africa. Everybody. That don't make sense.
Well, how many people do you think were there 300,000 years ago?
Bro, when did
It would have
I'm
been a
Africans
lot
guessing
of
not a
people,
lot.
bro.
when did
People's
Africans come
always
to
been
Australia?
populating a lot, bro.
And
Huh?
Africans didn't build ships. They wasn't a maritime people. So how did they get to Australia if they walked?
Don't
Don't make
know.
sense at all.
That one's a tough one.
And people been having 10 kids for a long, long time. So I don't think the population's ever been very small,
People,
bro.
well,
Nobody's
uh,
ever had just two kids.
yeah, people
That's
having
new. That's a
10
new thing.
kids, bro, that is
New.
not the norm, bro, okay?
No, that was very common back. What are you talking about? That was very common.
In
What are
the
you talking about?
1800s, that
When?
was normal. In the
When?
1800s,
In the 16, 7, no, 15, 16, 17, 18, all these people be having hella brothers and sisters when you look into
yeah,
history. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
stop,
Okay.
stop in
Yes,
How
the
about
1900s.
200,000 years ago?
it probably was the same thing. It's probably hella people,
Really?
even
You
more, bro.
think? You
Bro,
think it was the same?
people were
You
slowing
know, like
down
this was
in
back when there were no roads, no gunpowder,
People used to
it
have
wouldn't matter. You don't need that.
no
You don't need that to make hella kids,
infrastructure.
bro. You don't need all that to make
This
hella
is when
kids, bro.
freaking the human race was
That
expanding.
would I would think you would probably need more kids then, or you would be
you look
doing
at
more of that because you ain't got
archaeology,
shit to
bro.
do. You got
And
Everybody
shit to
has
and
like
do.
and
10
and
kids,
you
15
think
kids.
they all survived? You don't
Yeah.
think like you know how
Nah,
like when you see
nah, he's
wild
right. Some people
dogs,
do be
you'll see
passing
puppies
away
that
from
don't make it. You know, you don't think that
yeah,
shit was happening
people
to
getting yellow
humans too?
fever and shit. People be getting yellow fever and shit. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, some people do end up,
Well, fuck that.
but
People are
but
getting
but out of 12 kids,
bears.
it's
People
four
are
of them
getting
though.
lions. That's what they're fucking getting. They're not
Well,
getting fevers.
nah,
No,
they
They're getting
had
fucking
they
eaten,
had
dude.
not having a lot of kids is a
Shit.
new thing, bro. I think wait, throughout history before the 1900s, from eternity, bro, people used to have a lot of kids. So.
that's what I believe too. You look in the
Cause
Mississippian culture, it talks
it,
about how
it
the
shows us
people had
everyday
hella
life.
kids.
People used people. It's so many brothers and sisters, bro. Like people have like 15, 20 kids, bro, in the 1800s and the
Yep,
1700s and the 1600s.
yep. My great grandma got what 13 or yeah 13 siblings or 12 siblings. Hell of them, hell of them.
Hmm.
And then her ancestors, it was hell of them, and then they had cousins. It's hell of them. It's like what the fuck? You just be looking through people's genealogy, you're like, damn, they had 6 kids or more.
Like you look on a
Wasn't
So
two
then,
census,
kids.
based on that, um, Africa would have just been busting at the seams with people. Then it would have been like, nope, can't happen.
and another
That
thing,
would have been hell of
Af-
people, bro.
Africa is way behind in civilization. How is it the
Mm-hmm.
motherland when people there are still living in their indigenous culture?
Primitive.
It's like
They're
yeah,
primitive.
they haven't caught up yet. That's because they were
Hunter
behind, not
gatherers.
ahead.
Yep.
It's not the
Yep. And if they weren't
You're
behind,
comparing it to today.
wait, hold on, hold
You're
on, hold
comparing
on.
it
And
to
no, no, no,
today, right?
no. And if they weren't behind, then guess what? Then that would mean that they're in a desolate land where they don't have many resources that they can't do much in. It could be that.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the
Mm-hmm.
two.
Well, okay, yeah, because Africa is a very harsh environment. Now, why would have the African expanded out of Africa? Let me
They're probably not
think.
even from there, bro.
What could have it been? Maybe not enough food? Maybe harsh climate? I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of them still living there, so I'm thinking people went into there, not
Today?
out.
Okay, but what
No,
about way back then?
there's
Not
no ruins. I
10,000
keep
years ago.
explaining this. There's no
Three
ruins of this
fucking hundred
location, bro.
thousand years
That's
ago.
like a big ass, like almost like a damn near Antarctica. Ain't shit on that land except what they recently built. Nothing. They recently built architecture and stuff. That was like in the what,
Recently.
1900s?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
recently. 1900s. Yes. Nigeria,
Yeah.
all those buildings are early 1900s. Go look it up.
Hmm.
All around Nigeria.
Yep.
Lagos. You even go to Kenya, Nairobi, Accra, Ghana. All of these places where you do have buildings and shit, they're new buildings, bro. They
Hmm.
haven't had a bunch of infrastructure and all of that's new. We've had that
Yeah.
over here since forever. And the
Since
only pyramids you
forever.
find is where?
Because all the
Yeah, the only
buildings I
pyramids
see
you find is
around
where?
here are, like, from the, not from the,
18,
industrial revolution, stuff like that,
1800s, 17, 18, 19.
I don't see
We at
many
least,
buildings that old. Not around
they do
here.
have 1700 buildings,
Yeah, I don't see them though. Not
I
but
mean,
they
around
have
not
them
around
in
where
the
I live.
United States.
So that means,
They have
but
them
look,
there.
people weren't here back then.
brother,
No,
brother,
but they
brother.
do have 1700.
That's not what I believe. I believe that Babylon was in Canada, Assyria was on the East Coast, Egypt was between the Mississippi River and the Colorado River,
Come
Israel was
on,
over
bro.
there in
Come
Utah.
on.
What are you talking about, bro? I got evidence for this, bro. I got evidence for this. Artifacts, and all that, bro. The Bible was written here. All that shit happened over here, bro. That shit didn't happen in the Middle East, bro.
Okay, so
This is
then
the
what's that
this,
one place with the giant pyramids that's all covered in sand? What place is that?
oh, that place wasn't always called Egypt, brother. That's a new name.
Oh, okay. What was it
That's a
called then?
I don't know. It was called a lot of different things throughout history, but
Okay.
it officially being
And
called
so
Egypt,
Egypt was here in America then?
yes, between the
Okay, well, then
Mississippi
that's
River.
clearly not the Egypt that people are talking about when they say ancient Egypt then.
When
That
they
was
say
like,
ancient,
I mean,
when they say
I know there's a place in Los Angeles called Paris, and I
no,
know they're not talking about Paris in
when they say
France,
when they say
so
ancient Egypt, the one between the Euphrates River, which is the Mississippi, and the River of Egypt, which is the Colorado River, the ancient Egypt from the Bible, that's the one that is in America, brother.
okay, then why
That
isn't
was
it
in
called
America.
that? Then why isn't it called that?
What do you mean? You type Egypt in the Google Maps right now. It's gonna pull up uh Memphis, Tennessee. It's gonna pull up a pyramid mound, a picture of a pyramid mound, and it's gonna say uh Egypt, Tennessee is located in blah blah blah, America. This is a fact. Israel was named Israel after 1948 when they pulled all
Okay, well,
the
I
Jewish
just Googled
refugees.
Egypt, and I'm seeing the Middle East, and I'm seeing let's see, what else am I seeing? Greece. I'm seeing Libya, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran. I just did what you told me to do, and that's what came up.
No, you gotta put it in Google Maps. Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Yeah.
And then after that, I wanted to show him something else. He was talking about ancient buildings. I could say that you got what 1610 Governor's Place, and then you got 1637 Fairbanks, but that's a house, and that shit was in 1600s.
Okay, Google Map. I'm seeing Egypt, Cairo, Luxor, Israel, Jordan. Same thing. I'm seeing nothing in the United States. Okay. Oh well.
Have you ever heard of the Palace of the Governor?
Palace of the Governor?
Yeah, Palace of Governors, 1610.
No.
That's an older building that, like I said, all the buildings in Africa, I think of what even homes. I think the earliest home, like actual home, is like Liberia and Sierra Leone. The rest of them, they don't even have like, oh, Nigeria and the rest of them got homes too, but they're not like America, bro. Their structures aren't like American structures.
Correct.
That's why I'm like when they say they have all those resources, I'm like, how? When you can't even build a home that's like
Who
America.
says they have all those resources, or what resources?
They say Africa has the most resources, bro.
Okay.
That's what they say. Yeah, I don't believe that shit. They not doing nothing.
I don't know who says that, but okay. I mean, I don't know how that disproves that humans didn't come, or I don't even know if that's still what we're arguing about. I don't even know what we were arguing about anymore.
I'm saying there's absolutely nothing in Africa, bro. The resources they lie about, civilization they lie about. It's like once you look
The
into it, you
civilization they
start
lie
seeing,
about?
Didn't they
yeah,
say the
all the
land of the milk and
civilization,
honey? Like, where's the land of
yeah,
the milk and honey? Where is that?
America, where all the agriculture is. You can actually live and thrive here. You can't live and thrive in Africa. It's not possible.
Hmm.
They'll tell you themselves.
So because of that, the human race doesn't come out of Africa.
No. If you
Okay.
can't live and thrive in a
Okay.
place, no. I wouldn't think a
Okay.
whole bunch of people just come from this place. Seems like a place that
Okay.
people are sent to and
And
pushed to.
300,000 years ago, the environment was exactly the same as it is today. And the number
Probably
of
worse.
people would have been the exact amount also. Okay.
Probably worse.
Correct?
That
Am I
shit's
correct?
mostly deserted. Hey, you know how much of Africa's a desert?
A lot of it.
Yep. 40
You know
some
how,
percent or
do you know what the
50%
environment was like
of the
300,000
whole
years ago?
continent. No, but I'm like, how's the whole
You don't?
continent?
Oh,
40,
Talking about you
okay.
said the
40 to
climate was the
60%.
same. We just proved
The
that the climate was
environment,
not the same. We just proved that. A little bit. Before you came on, we just proved that it wasn't. Matter of fact, it's in the chat right there.
They've had different, yeah,
Memphis,
whole
In the
Egypt.
time.
private chat. Look in the private chat.
Oh,
They've had different climates, bro.
what did you say? They had different climates?
Yeah.
Yes, they've had different climates in Africa. At times where it's been
Oh,
cold, where it's
yeah.
been hot,
I agree
all
with
of
you.
that.
Yeah. So it's not the same. So it doesn't necessarily mean 300,000 years ago. It was the same as it is now.
But that's pseudo to even bring up 300,000 years when you can't prove it. They
Nah,
can't prove
I doubt it.
300,000 years,
You
bro.
know how much the earth changed from between then? Like a lot of things happened, bro. Definitely with climate. A lot of
I
things happened.
agree. I agree.
I'm still trying to figure out how they be dating all this. It's 300,000 years, bro.
They be
Have you
wilding
You
ever
with the
thought
saying
about
you
dates.
looking
really,
it up?
They be
Have
I
you ever
wilding with
have,
the
considered just
dates.
Googling it?
I have,
Like, have you ever
bro.
Especially
just
with
like Googled how are the age
I
of
already,
fossils determined? Have you
bro,
ever
they be
I
thought? Have
way
already
you ever
off.
just thought
know
of doing that?
With archaeology,
it
they be
don't
way
make
off,
sense.
brother. They
My
be way
point
off.
don't make sense.
They say Antarctica
Okay,
was
so if it
frozen
doesn't
for
make
3,000
sense,
years.
then you should know what the answer is.
But talking
So
about,
how is it that fossils are dated?
can I just say something?
Nobody
They be
knows the answer.
they be saying Antarctica been
No.
frozen for 3 million years, but I got a map from 1587 where Antarctica got animals and all that shit on it. Did you ever see that map?
Mm-mm.
The Eberno. I'm gonna put a link in the chat so you can see it.
Oh, that's what uh Jackie was talking about.
The Yeah, the Eberno map.
She said that. She said she was like there was people in Antarctica. She was like, I know there was. Like there's people everywhere.
There are people in Antarctica right now.
Yeah,
I,
doing
I
little
believe
the
that too.
tourist shit. No, it do be people that's always there. It tells you that they live there, but they're not like residents. They just do research and shit.
Okay.
And they do have tourists and shit like that. I didn't know that. I had to look
All
that
right,
up.
look at that. Look at that map right there.
Okay.
That map shows Antarctica. They got animals and all that shit on
What the fuck
it.
is this map?
This is a 1587 Urbano. This is one of the oldest world maps right here.
Let's see. This work is a remarkable map titled.
This map got
It confused
Montezuma
a
on it.
picture
Preston Johnson. It's a fire map
Okay.
too, though. It's one of the illest maps ever.
Let's see. With it is a work. You complete medium. Map is hand drawn.
This
Okay.
is a new wave. We're not messing with Africa like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't fucking with Africa like that. A lot of us don't like Africa. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
A lot of what?
A lot of us don't like Africa right now. I'm just be honest about that shit, man.
Yeah, that's the thing that confuses me, and I'm still trying to figure out how much of this is you guys fucking around, how much of it you're being serious.
It's a
Well,
whole
because they do a
community
lot
of
of
Because
us.
disrespect.
like I like so like for say for instance like Aboriginal power, I know he's completely
Wait,
fucking
all right.
around.
Let me
OTK, I
explain
know
something
he
to you,
believes
nigga.
this shit.
Look,
So like it
look, I
depends
gotta
on who I'm
explain
trying to
something to you.
figure you guys out.
No, we genuinely believe and
That
know
is
that we're not them. Have you not seen
Yeah,
what?
no one says you are.
No,
that
no.
is
Have
dead
you
serious.
seen?
Go
Look,
ahead,
have
though.
you seen what Shabuzi just did recently and how it's like a
I don't know
whole
what that is.
like oh, it's a country singer. He's Nigerian. Everybody
Okay.
tripping on him because he basically said that immigrants came over here and built America. We all already know that that's not true. In history, it tells you who built a lot of the buildings in
Uh,
America, a lot of the shit in
dude,
America.
it's a fact that immigrants came to America and built this nation. That's a fact, dude.
No, it's not. A lot of the
It's
landmarks and like the buildings and stuff were built by us. You
who's
have like, for instance,
us?
a lot of
Who is
colleges,
us?
black black Americans, so-called
By
black
black
Americans.
people.
Yes, you could literally look it
Okay.
up.
So then
There's tons of
this okay, so
colleges
then
and
what about like
landmarks
all this
and
stuff I hear about the Irish when they came here like back in like the black and white TV days and stuff. When he says influx of
what they
Irish and
build,
Italians. What's that?
what they build, what did they build, and what proof do they have?
New York City and shit like that?
So
Chicago?
that's one location. They didn't build Chicago. They didn't build Chicago. You can literally look it up. They didn't build Chicago. A
Okay.
Negro found they didn't build it in Chicago, bro. You
Okay.
can literally look it up. It
So
says a
then
Haitian did
okay.
that, bro. Where the fuck you get that from? It's
All right,
literally said that. That's in
what
history.
about all these like migrations of immigrants then? What they were standing here doing nothing?
They didn't build, bro. They weren't building anything in the locations they came from. Why would they come here and
Well,
build?
then
That
how
don't even
come
make
whenever
sense.
I see documentaries or I open
That's
up a
fucking
history
crazy.
book, it's like I don't like it's not nothing but black people. I see a bunch of
Like
like
the master,
immigrant looking people.
like the master
Am I being
masons of
lied
the
to over
South.
something?
You are the master. You've been lied to. The
Why?
master masons of the South.
Why am I
The
being
master
lied to?
masons of the South that were in Lexington, Kentucky. Those are all Negroes, bro. Master
Okay, but why
masons.
am
They
I
were
being lied
builders.
to? What would the purpose of
Architects,
this
bro.
be?
Architects. They were building a lot of the South, bro. That's what I'm like.
Okay, well,
Who was? They
architects
weren't building the
don't
South.
build stuff;
They
they
weren't even.
design
Oh
stuff.
wait,
Okay, but why would
no,
I
I
be being
know,
lied to?
but what I'm saying is they had a lot to do with the design. Exactly, they had to
Well,
do with the
yes, of course,
design and the
architects
people.
have a lot to
And
do with
guess,
design. That's correct.
but guess who was the people who were building with them? The people who look like them as well. Masons. They're all masons. They all knew how to build as well as
Like
building.
brick workers, masons, or are you talking about
Yes.
conspiracy Freemasons?
No, no. Masons is in brick workers.
Okay,
Yes.
like brick
Brick workers.
workers.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So well, yeah, because those buildings are made of bricks. So yeah.
Yeah, and they're known for that. This is in history. They have masons, like actual masons in Kentucky. in
Okay.
history. And they weren't just building in Kentucky, or they weren't just coming with all the different designs, as well as some of them building as well. But some of them, like you said, were architects who were coming with the design, but the people who were building were the people that looked like them,
Slaves built America.
their own people, the so-called
So
slaves.
then why don't you people rule the United
And that's
States?
what they say. That wait, hold on. That's what history says, though. That the slaves are the ones who built America. So how the immigrants come here and build? And they
This
they,
what
they say that the
this what
Nobody
happened.
slaves
says
knew how to
slaves
build.
built America.
Yes,
This
Nobody
what
they
says
happened.
do.
that.
Yes,
Because that
yes,
was
Right
history
after
way
does.
back in that was way back.
right after the
History does
Civil
say that.
War, we had an influx of black people in the government, and we was running the government, and we had the majority of the government, and there was a whole campaign against us to get us to get us to stop voting because everybody was voting for for the for the black representatives, and we had the majority. So somehow they flipped it, and this is when white supremacy started, and they started attacking us. They started actually harming us to stop us from voting, and they once they got the government, it been changed since then, and that's when Reconstruction happened, and it been like that ever since, bro. If you look,
So
you see
you
how
guys lost it all because a small group of like racists were like, "Fuck these black guys," and they started
exactly.
changing laws around, and they fucking and they beat you. That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's what happened, bro.
Damn.
An organized attack on the voting system. Then they started making laws to suppress our power where we couldn't even really get back into the government. Like if you look right after the Civil War,
So you
there
must
was
have given
so
them this
many
power at some point.
black people in the government, bro. Like it was hundreds of black people in the government. And then they started going mad hard to suppress the voting because so many black people was getting voted in. That's what happened.
And you guys just let it happen then?
Bro, do you know who one of the greatest
It was lynchings, all
bridge
type of
builders
shit. People was
is?
dying.
You ever heard of Horace King? One of the greatest bridge builders that built, like, I'm talking about tons and tons and tons of bridges.
Let me
He
guess.
was an architect as
He
well
was an
as
N word.
him helping to actually build it. Yes, Horace King was a Negro. Then you got like Paul Revere Williams, who had over 3,000 architecture structures.
Black guy.
3,000, bro. Yes,
Mm.
3,000. And you got Mickasack and Mickasack. Those are black people too. You got just tons of black people who are some of the greatest architects. Phil Freeland, Robert
Black guy.
Robinson Taylor. Yeah, these are all black people.
Mm. Damn, you guys fell hard then, huh?
Oh, wait, one of the greatest of New York State was Vertner Woodson Tandy. How you were saying that they built New
How
York?
about
I don't
you
think
heard
so.
you heard you heard about Black Wall Street, right? How they sent their
I've
planes and
heard of that.
that was happening all over the country, brother. They was really attacking us with
Yep.
planes and all types of shit. The military, all that, bro. It was really deleting
I
7th
black
heard
Street.
lives.
Black Wall Street was only in one place.
I know, but
That's
it
not
happened
true. 7th
all over
Street.
the country, brother.
Hold on. Look up 7th Street in Oakland. 7th Street in Oakland, Black Wall Street. Still to this day, they have a website called the Black Wall Street of Oakland. Like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
how'd you? Well, I mean,
You
how'd you lose it all then? If you guys were so fucking dominant, where you were the majority population, you dominated
integration,
everything. How the
assimilation. You
fuck did you
allow a bunch of
lose it
people
all?
in. You allow a bunch of people in. You also allow them
Well,
to be a
you
part of your
allowed a bunch of
government when you
people in
shouldn't
then.
have done that.
You people did
Yeah,
it
yeah.
then.
That's my point. That's my point.
Okay,
And
so
then
you
a
got
bunch
only
of things
yourselves to
start
blame
mixing
then.
up.
Shit.
Then a bunch of things start mixing up, getting convoluted. And guess what? Once things get mixed up, it's going to be very confusing on what's the original and who's the original, especially if now we're not the people who's in the seat to say, This is what's going on. This is how it's happening. Everything's being ran by other people, basically from it being usurped. Like I said, from admixture. Anybody can
And
be in
how
the
is it
fucking
that
seat
you've
now.
how is it that you've learned this information if such a effort was put to basically eliminating this information? Where did you find it?
You have to dig deep into the research. For
Research.
instance, you can easily find information by reading the books, but they don't just
What
give you the books.
books?
You have to tons of books. There's tons of different books that have all types of
You
information
gotta
that's
read books
debunking
from the
everything they're saying, bro.
1600s. You gotta read books from the
Tons of different
1600s and the
books.
1700s. What they do is they try to keep us on the internet. Well, the whole point of the internet and TV was so people wouldn't keep physical knowledge anymore. So everything will
Yep.
be you have to go through a TV or a book.
Look
That way
into everything.
they can control the pseudo information. So if you go on
Yep.
Google, it's a lot of pseudo information. But if you do research, real research, and you look in tangible things like books and stuff that we used to have historically, then you can find the real truth about things. But they try to keep us
And
going through the internet or through things that
that,
we don't have physical knowledge like we used to. Go ahead, bro.
like if you talk to somebody, they say you wasting your time reading a book, but they'll sit up and take 2 hours out their day to watch a damn movie. Or they sit up and watch TV all day, but can't read this book that got a bunch of information in it that yeah, it may have this shit on it that you looking at and you're like, I don't want to read this shit. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Within that book, it might have everything to do with you. There's so many books like that where you'll see fucking a fucking Native American on it, but then you reading all through it and you're like, hold on, this ain't nothing that these Native Americans is doing.
If you
How the
read the
fuck they
biography,
obviously stealing my shit?
if you read the biography of George Washington, he was even described as black.
Oh, come on, bro.
That's a fact. That is a
It's a fact,
fact.
bro. Because they talk
The
about their
first
skin tone,
president of
bro.
the United States of America was a black dude.
Yes.
Listen
He
to the
has a
name,
Huguenot.
George Washington.
Yeah,
Washington.
his great grandfather was a Huguenot.
Really? Our first president was a black dude?
Yeah, he had a grandfather that was a Huguenot, and he had a statue
And
of
then
him.
from
He's black.
there, it just went downhill.
Also, do you know that George Washington in the 17 and 1800s, well, 16, 17, 1800s, a very prominent black name. You have George Washington in Washington. Actual Washington, he was black. This is a fact. He's Washington over here in the West. It's a
Most
black
of his
guy.
Revolutionary Army was black.
Then you had what, George Washington Carver. You have multiple George Washingtons back then. They were all black guys. This is a black name.
We got the
Yeah.
description of his
My sister
Revolutionary
has a
troops.
Russian name, but she's not Russian.
No, but at this time, people weren't taking on names that weren't of like their ethnic background. Like for instance, motherfuckers not gonna take a name that's like Deontay or DeAndre. But later in history, you might see white people with these names. Now, matter of fact, I'm starting to see niggas with names like Dante that are not our color.
Hmm.
Different names that are for sure not their names.
Yeah,
They're
in
names that
Italy
most
and
people would
stuff,
say are
they be
ghetto.
having fancy names in Italy.
Yeah, they be having
I
more
know
ghetto names now,
Mexicans
or
with
so-called ghetto
names
names.
that are just fucking words. They aren't even names.
I'm even starting to see more Mexicans with our
They're
names that I never
evolving.
seen back in the day. Yeah, I
I
never
know a
seen it
Mexican
when
named Ever. E V
I
E R. His name's a
Shanika.
fucking word.
No, but Shanika. I never seen Shanika. I just seen Shanika Morales. I'm like, oh hell no, Shanika Morales. Shanika. I have cousins named Shanika. Shanika's a black girl's name. That's always been known as like a ghetto name.
I had a
Shanika.
white girlfriend named Felicia.
Felicia's usually black, usually, but she's from the
Yeah.
ghetto.
And she wasn't
Was she from
black.
the ghetto? Was she from the
Nope.
ghetto?
Nope.
Oh, that's
And
see,
then
they
why
evolving
don't we have African names then?
at all.
Well, you guys
Shanika's
aren't
actually
Africans.
Algonquin.
You said what?
Shanika's Shanika's Algonquin.
You
That's
know,
the Algonquin word. Shanika.
one of the biggest things is that we don't got no African
That
culture,
shit's
bro.
crazy.
Like,
We have
why
no
nobody
African
got
culture.
no African culture passed down from generations? Like, where's the remnants of it? It's not in none of us.
Our culture's super American. Rap, what the fuck? Where you find rap in Africa? Blues, jazz, bluegrass, folk. You don't find nothing that we do in Africa, bro. Our dancing, unless they start copying it.
If that's the case, why is not no people blowing up in Africa? Mad rappers, like a whole bunch of rappers getting
Yeah,
blown up in Africa.
we even got totally different instruments than them. What the hell, like, bro? It's nothing. It's the same. Our hairstyles are different. Our clothes are different. What's the same?
Well, as I said, no one says you're African.
No, no, no. I know, but all right. For instance, the Native Americans, they are the descendants of these Siberian people. They still hold on to a lot of that culture. Do you know that? They have a lot of that
Like
culture.
what?
That drum beating shit that they be doing, you could literally go look in Siberia. They're still doing that. And they were doing it fucking in 1980s, 1960s, 1950s, 1940s. They got it on YouTube, literally showing, literally them beating on the drums and them doing the same shit, bro, in
Oh,
Siberia, bro, with the
like the like
same attire on.
Siberian Indians or whatever.
Bruh, that they're doing the same thing. Then you got Athabasca, the Dene Unison language. That is Na Dene, the Na Dene people. That's also Ket, Siberian, bro. How? How do they have a shared language? They also have a shared phenotype. They look the same. They also have a lot of the same culture. They eat fry bread and shit. Fry bread is Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. It's not from here. It's Siberian. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Siberians eat fry bread. It's an ancient thing there.
Mm.
We don't eat that shit. We eat cornbread.
Corn.
We're just eating cornbread. I was just eating cornbread today. Yeah,
It's very good
that's
for
what
Yeah,
we
you're
eat.
talking
you.
about Southern
Yeah,
culture.
that's what we eat.
Yeah.
We don't eat that shit.
The Picts, the
This
Highlanders, and
shit
all of them,
crazy.
they was black too. The Picts
Yeah,
from the Irish, they was black too.
Irish
Wait a
people
minute.
tell you this
Hold on.
shit.
Wait. My earphone thing must be going out. Hold on. I I couldn't have heard you right. You couldn't have said what I think you just said. Could you repeat that?
The
The
Picts, they
Irish are
were
black.
black. They were
The
black.
Irish were black.
Yes, the Picts. Yes.
Bro, I'm gonna have to get my boy Jamie Mooney up here. He'll tell you himself. Yes, yes. White, bro. Those Irish people today think that they come
The
from black
the
people, bro.
Irish were
They're
black.
different. They're a little different than your typical white people. They are, because something's up with them. They're mixed, bro. They're heavily. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Those are white people I do believe got heavily admixture.
You
They
ever
got
heard of
afros
Dub?
and shit.
You ever
I ain't
heard of
never in my
Dub?
life seen no white people with afros except Irish people and Jews.
Like Dublin,
Irish people having
that
afros, bro.
means black. That means black. The word Dub. That
But
means
bro,
black.
have you ever seen their red afros? They be having red afros and green eyes. Green eyes is a fucking clear indication of admixture, bro. It's a clear indication of admixture. Did you know that?
Well, I think just the fact that people look different is a clear sign of admixture.
No, but the green and then the
The
breaking of
fact that
melanin
not
too.
every single
No, no,
person on
no.
Earth looks
They
the
have a
same.
breaking. No, but they also have a breaking down of their melanin with those freckles. That's the reason why I said that about Irish people. They have coarse hair. They have a breaking down of melanin with
You
their
mean
freckles.
curly hair?
That's what. No, they have coarse is curly. It's the same thing, bro. Theirs is some of them have more loose curly, or it's very very coarse. Yes, very coarse. It'll look like an
I
afro,
have
bro.
curly
They
hair.
have
It's just I
Irish.
have it tied up in a
No,
bun, so you can't tell.
no. They got Irish people that got fros like afros, nigga, like real afro. You can literally look it up.
If I brush my
Irish
hair
afros.
and it's short enough, it will be an afro.
I know, bro, because you have. I've been telling you, bro. You can look at you and all type. Bro, you have black in you, but you don't
Oh yeah, I
claim it.
know. I'm always mistaken for
Oh
being a
wait, no,
black
no,
dude
never
all the
mind, never
time.
mind. You never said you didn't claim it. You always say that you have African, but that's bullshit. We're not African, bro. None of us are African. You're not even
Yet
fucking
no one
African,
says you
bro.
are, dude.
You have no African, bro. I'm trying to tell you, no Puerto Ricans, no niggas in America, no none of that. We're not none of that got African
African,
in it.
correct.
No, no.
And no one
See,
says you are.
no, got no African descent. No,
Nobody says you're an African.
no. But you guys say we're of African descent though. You even say Puerto Ricans,
Yeah,
the
and that's
Dominicans, the
completely
Cubans.
different. That is completely
No,
different than saying you're an
it's
African.
but it's false though.
Okay. Okay. Hey, you hate Africans, or you're
Oh,
ashamed of it, or something. Fine. Okay. Whatever.
But I think a lot of those the Irish people, I think they have a lot of Spanish or Latin in them because some of them speak Spanish too, and they'll have red hair.
they do be yeah. They're all like hella different.
I think
And
it's a
then you
South
do find
Especially
Pacific like that.
Latinos with, you know, which will have like an African lineage. So maybe that's where it comes from. That these Irish people are a bunch of black dudes.
That's what he just said.
So that's
That's what
probably
he
where
was.
it's
Type,
because they're
type,
actually Latinos,
look,
but then
type
they're
in your
like the
Google.
black Latinos.
Yeah,
Type
So
so
in
they're
your
they
type.
add.
so
Yeah, yeah.
Irish people are fucking Africans.
Time out. They did a re-imaging of an ancient
Damn,
black
everybody
Irish
up.
man. Type it in your Google,
Everybody
ancient
up.
black Irish man, and it's gonna show you what they look like.
Shit, you could type in
And
the
go
fucking
and go
Irish
in images.
Afro.
Type in ancient black Irish man, and it's gonna show what they look like.
Just like the ancient black Russian. This shit crazy, bro. And it's
How
Yeah.
their
about
own
type in
science.
ancient white African?
Type ancient black Irish man and go in images. It's gonna show you because they made it like
What
a
the Guanchi
re-imaging.
people you talking about? The Guanchis? Those are the ancient white Africans. Those
What
in
part
North
of
Africa.
Africa
You doing
is
it?
it? South Africa?
Ancient
Black
black
Irish man.
Irish man.
They took like some ancient corpse and like brought it back to life, some shit like that.
The only white like North
See it?
Africans that you'd
That's a
ever
caveman
find is
looking
the
dude, all right.
Guanchis.
He's black, ain't
The
he?
That guy looks like a
Guanchis,
caveman.
That's an ancient Irish man right there, bro.
Hmm. That's an
look, but
ancient.
did y'all even know
Okay.
about these
Looks
people
more like an
before?
ancient
Yeah,
human.
they said hunter and gatherers with dark skin and blue eyes. They inhabited Ireland. So
Hmm.
that's strange. And then they want to link it back to Cheddar Man. Like, I'm tired of Cheddar Man.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So it
telling you,
looks
bro.
like this
And Irish
black
people,
Irish
bro, I've
man
never
is
in my
making
life met
reference
white people
to
like.
the
Well, no, I'll take that back. It's certain
human
white
who
groups that are
migrated
totally
to that
different than other white
land. So I
groups.
don't think they're actually talking about Irish people.
Yeah, bro. I'm thinking that those Irish people are different than typical white. Have you ever met an Irish person in your life?
Very difficult to understand.
Have you ever met an Irish person?
Yes, they are very difficult. Their English is atrocious.
Bruh, Irish people that I met, they be hella cool compared to like typical white people. Like other white people not racist or nothing, but they just be like, I don't know.
That's
They're like
correct.
more understanding of us
You're probably thinking
than
of
other
white
groups.
trash.
No, no, no.
Just
I'm
like
just like,
all black people aren't gang members and criminals.
no, no,
Small
no.
number
What
of
I'm
them.
saying, no, no, I know. But what I'm saying, like with the Irish people, when you talk to them, you wouldn't think that they would. You'd be like, you basically think they'd be totally different than what they are when you talk to them. They be cool as hell, is what I'm saying, compared to
Yeah, like they're
other.
regular people, nice people. That's how most people are.
What
That's
I'm
all.
saying is that culture ain't hella like. For instance, their culture's not at all like hella prejudiced. They're
That's where
not at
all
all
them
judgmental.
that's where all the black
None
people
of
on the
that.
island is from. They Irish. All the people on the island,
Yeah.
Barbados,
Yeah,
they all
Monostat. Yeah, the Monostat people tell you they got a whole Irish 1976 documentary, and it talks about how the white people were the slaves and the black people were their slave owners. They say it out their own mouths.
I seen that
They said they called
documentary.
them rednecks. Yeah, they said they called
That's
them
pseudo.
rednecks. They no, it's
That's
not.
I,
They're
pseudo.
saying it out there.
they got
They
Irish
say
last
it, they're
name.
Irish, bro. Yeah, they
All the
got the
Yeah,
Irish
that's
names from the
pseudo though,
black.
dude.
They got the Irish name from the blacks. They even said
That's
it, bro.
pseudo.
all the black
I
people
was
was
in
Irish.
pseudo.
Right, that's
Yes,
not
all the black
I,
people are
I, I
Irish.
was just
They have
trying your
it's
tactic. I was trying your
oh, okay,
tactics.
okay, okay.
he went into the
Yeah,
school
because
and
look,
came. All the
they
kids came
had the
back.
whites. Yep, they had. Yeah, you seen it. Yep, you seen it. They had the all the little black kid with the Irish last names. They're like, why do they have these Irish last names? They said because their origins were in Ireland. Like, what do they mean the origins were Ireland? Like, then it wasn't like all this questionable shit. They're just starting to change this shit now. But you had people who knew that they had origins in Ireland in 1970s who were black, and this is all on a documentary. Me and his brother seen it. You can literally find it on YouTube right now. It's still on there.
What word do you think in Ireland they use instead of the N word? Like, do you think it's a different word?
I don't even think they use that shit, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I
Mm.
don't know no fucking. I know tons of
I don't know.
Scott Brazil, Jamie Mooney. Hold
I
on,
was
Jamie
reading one.
Mooney, Scott Brazil. I know people in Dublin, Ireland, right now, bro.
I was reading one.
Right now, that
One of
I could
these
call them because it's not late. Like I fuck with them. Like I know Irish people, bro.
one of
Go
Charles
ahead.
the Second. One of Charles the Second illegitimate sons. Right. They newspaper was interviewing him, and he said they said they was describing him, and they say like he was chubby and he had dark skin, just like you could tell he was a steward because he had dark skin, and they said, and he told us that he goes by his nickname nigger. Facts,
Damn.
facts.
Well,
One of Charles,
illegitimate child. That means that who'd you say, King Charles or whatever? He was
one
probably
of
getting some of that. He was getting some of that black action, dude.
one of one of Charles the Second illegitimate sons. Word.
Yeah,
The black boy,
probably hooked up with
Charles the black boy.
one of them dark skinned chicks, you know, and he couldn't say anything about it. So illegitimate child.
No, Charles the Second is called the Black Boy King because he's black, tall and black.
Oh, he's black
They,
too.
they describe him like that. Yeah, Charles the Second. But in the movies and everything, they put him as a white person, bro. He was
Mm.
described black. His mother was black. They called him the Black Boy. They got the Black Boy pub. He
It's
was
like in
black.
Britain or whatever. King Charles.
Charles the Second. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just like
from the
in like
Jacob
England or
from the Jacobite Wars. Charles the Second.
what was he king of though? Like what country was he a king of?
England or France? I can't remember which one, but Black Boy King.
Okay.
Yeah, someone in this chat says yes.
Yeah.
I
You know
don't
what?
even know
It's
why this is so hard
12:30,
to
and I got
believe.
to get up at 5:30 a.m. So I got to leave. It was
All right,
nice
All
talking to
right,
you,
salute,
fellas.
all right.
salute.
Have a nice evening.
You too,
You
little
too,
bit.
brother.